Hey, it's the Animal Crossing podcast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, with
N64 Jen.
And we're going to be talking about city folk, kind of some fun stuff that's happened in Animal Crossing over the last week. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So we are now officially on iTunes and Google Play, soon to be on Stitcher. We got to get to 5 episodes. We will be on Spotify. Guys, if you're listening on iTunes and you can leave a review, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you would like to be a part of my community, our community, Discord is the place to hang out. n64josh.com/Discord. There's going to be a lot of people playing Animal Crossing when this game finally comes out. There's a few people playing Pocket Camp and New Leaf right now, and a ton of other games too. So if you're looking for some gamers to play with in a very positive community, very welcoming community, n64josh.com/Discord. Real quick, if you want to be able to follow us, I'm at N64Josh everywhere. And she's N64 Jen everywhere. If you're watching this, you can see it right there on the screen. So there you go. That's kind of some announcements. Now we can kind of just jump into City Folk a little bit here. So this is the one this is probably the Animal Crossing I've played the least. And I really found that out today when I started up her game and realized I didn't even have a character on it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't even believe that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I can tell you why. Achievements.
Okay. Oh, there we are. Yep.
Yeah, achievements happened on the Xbox 360. I was very much addicted to achievements. So that's what happened with that. And so I didn't spend much time with it. I didn't love playing games on the Wii. I didn't love the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck personally.
Yeah.
But you put in quite a bit of time.
I did. It's probably my least played as well, though. As I saw when we turned it back on, I didn't even upgrade my store all the way.
Yeah, you were at like Nook and Go, and you still had like Nookway and then Nookingtons or something.
So that was kind of surprising to see because I don't remember not completing that part. But it was a little more difficult for me to play being on the TV and having to find time to
get me off the 360.
Well, between you playing and then, I mean, just kids being little and, you know.
Right. I don't know if you remember this, but this was the game that was packaged with, I think it was called We Speak. And you plugged it into the Wii, and you stuck it up on your TV, and you yelled at it. That was the microphone.
I remember trying to do that.
It did not work very well.
No, I don't think it did.
It did not work very well at all. But that was the way, it was like, finally, voice. Oh, this isn't so great. People are yelling at you through your speakers, and not as ideal as as headphones. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, but this, again, a game I didn't play much. Now, you were talking about Nookingtons and Nookway, that kind of stuff. I remember at one point, and maybe it was this game, maybe not, but I think even on the GameCube, and again, some of this stuff's a little foggy.
I know, it kind of all runs together sometimes.
A little bit it does, yeah. But I remember one of the stores stayed open later.
Yeah.
And we kind of opted out of upgrading it because
that's an excellent point. And I wonder if that's what happened on this one.
It could be. I think that's the store that stayed open the latest. And so it may have been the reason that you didn't continue upgrading.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think there's actually stuff that you can't get until you upgrade. Like, I think to change your roof color of your house and things like that.
Yeah,
I think the store has to grow.
That's possible.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, and in some of them, getting your bigger store gives you all of Gracie's furniture, where in City Folk, you still have that option when you go to the city and you can shop Gracie's. Mm-hmm. So you also didn't have that need to upgrade your store as quickly or whatever. So,
right.
Which I did. One of the things I love about this one is they would let you purchase items and use your bank card without having to always go back and get more bells, because Gracie's furniture is the most expensive, and you hardly ever have enough in your pocket to buy more than one item at a time.
Right.
So to constantly go, up 3 flights of stairs, then back down, go to your bank, withdraw your bells, go back to the store, it was really annoying. So I did like that in City Folk. You could just purchase it and they would deduct it from your account.
Yeah, definitely a feature that would be nice to have back, because it's not even in New Leaf.
No, I think this is the only one.
Yeah, it's not in New Leaf. We were kind of checking some stuff out online today, and the different things that were in City Folk that aren't in other games. And one of the things is you can shoot the UFO out of the air, and you have to then collect the parts. And then what is it? Gulliver is on the beach, and he's like, "I'm from another planet," And so you give him the gears, and he goes and does his thing. But or he'll give you that those different items, that he would give you. Right. So the other thing is the fountain, throwing your axe into it, and I think it was Siri was her name, but I don't remember for sure. She would pop out and talk to you and be like, "Why'd you just throw that at my face?" That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it we fired it up. We've been playing about the last half hour or so. Just we've been trying to do that before we record. It kind of one, it gives me some B-roll that I can put on the video. If you guys are seeing this on YouTube, you'll be seeing that gameplay. But then two, just kind of to get us familiar with the game again, because I mean, one of the characters said it had been 8 months since we had talked to them. But I mean,
I know we turn them on periodically.
Yeah, and so yeah, but I mean, really, and like looking at if you're watching the video, you're going to see like cherry blossoms blowing through the screen. Like it gets me excited about playing this game on a screen, like on a, I mean, this isn't, we're on an HD screen, but the game isn't running HD obviously, but just to finally have Animal Crossing. And it's the perfect situation with the Switch, because you can just take it on the go so easily. Or if you want to just be able to sit down and relax and play on your TV or monitor or however you do it, like it's going to be possible. And other than having to get the Wii remote and the nunchuck, I mean, I was, it was fine. I actually have the sensor bar sitting on top of my Switch right now. That's about the perfect placement when I'm playing in my office on my desk. So yeah, it's so goofy. But we were looking, like she's got different patterns on the ground, things like that. We were going through and just picking weeds, doing a little bit of fishing, things like that. And I was asking her, like, why are these patterns on the ground? It seems weird that you would. Well, they're not patterns you created.
Correct. I believe they're from Wendell when he would come to town.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and they all have something to do with Animal Crossing, Tortimer's face, or the bells, the coins. I think I may have made my house. I can't remember right now, but so anyways, they're just all Animal Crossing items, so that's fun.
So, and again, for me, it's just like I just fired it up and I just started pulling weeds and fishing.
Yeah,
and that was so much fun. Like that's
kind of, I love doing that.
Yeah,
I love it's so relaxing and fun.
Exactly.
It's just a little treasure hunt looking for. I mean, not really treasure, but it's just fun looking for them.
Yeah, right. And actually, when I first started, I hardly saw any fish on the beach. I had better luck up in the rivers and things like that. So, but it's always funny coming back to these games too and talking to the animals after you've been gone for so long.
Definitely.
Like even just starting the game, they were like, "Where have you been? You need to let everyone know they were getting ready to send a search party." Things like that. Just goofy.
That's great.
So, but yeah. So City Folk again. I guess I didn't. I'm actually shocked at how little I played it. I thought I would have put a little bit of time into it, but I really didn't. I'm really surprised, but I didn't. And so, who knows? Maybe this is one I need to set up like the other Wii, so I can have my own town and check it out. Maybe, but I don't know. There's so much to play right now. But so kind of transitioning out of City Folk a little bit. You've been doing a little bit of Pocket Camp, right? I
have, yes.
So before this show started, her alarm goes off on her phone, and I'm like, "What's the alarm for?"
My garden is ready to capture bugs, butterflies, and today is the last day to get these specific items. So I'm like, around the clock trying to get these.
I haven't seen her or heard from her most of the day. She's just been on her phone trying to get these items.
I know. And I feel like if you fertilize them and try and speed up the time, I don't feel like there's as many butterflies.
Uh-oh.
So I've done that a few times. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to rush this. And then I get like 2 butterflies. Oh, no. Where if I'm just patient, I feel like I get a lot more. So I'm...
Interesting.
Yeah. Clock's ticking. I got till 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so I don't play that kind of stuff in Pocket Camp whatsoever. I just kind of show up, give stuff to the animals, and then kind of call it good after that.
You don't like to decorate your campsite?
I mean, it's okay, but...
So I got 2 cherry blossom trees that I put out today, and...
Yeah, I definitely don't have that. That's for sure.
I had to get rid of all the winter and snow stuff. I'm over it.
I see. I just have my half pipe that they're always skateboarding on.
Yeah, I had that for a little while. And then I had the snow one. They could snowboard half pipe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but now they're
cool.
having a picnic, and we have a tree house.
Interesting.
Soon it'll be the pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah. I like it. So you just got to go to our favorite place to go like vacation. You got a few days. Did you get to play any Animal Crossing? I know you brought it.
Okay, so I did bring it, and I played very little, though. Usually we like to play at night on the deck, looking at the stars, and it was just way too cold. And we even had some rain, so
gotcha.
we kind of did more movies inside than gaming, so that was kind of a bummer, but I played a little.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, and I haven't really fired up, once the Switch game comes, we're going to be talking about we'll be talking about the day-to-day and that kind of stuff that happens in our game. But we've both spent so much time in New Leaf that it's kind of hard to go back in and continue playing. And even Pocket Camp, I can pick it up for a very short amount of time, but it's not something that I'm like...
It's just not new anymore. And so, yeah. Just
exactly
something new to, I don't know. I have been playing a little bit more lately on my DS because of my niece playing, and so that's been fun.
Yeah, so you got a message today.
Oh, my poor niece. She's so sweet. She's 6 years old, and she has been playing now for a couple weeks and was in the middle of a, what is that called?
Public Works?
Yep, a Public Works project. And somehow accidentally canceled it before she could complete it. And so my sister had noticed on her bulletin board that she had gone and posted a note to her townspeople apologizing, saying, sorry, the fountain is gone.
Yeah.
And it's just so cute because her spelling's off a little bit, and it just shows, it's just so precious. Cracks me up. So, but it's been fun. We've gotten to visit with them a couple times, gone to her town, surprised her with some extra bells, and let's see. Oh, she really wanted the wetsuit so she could go swimming. That was one of her. So Auntie hooked her up.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I posted a picture of the screenshot on Reddit, and it's kind of been going crazy in the Animal Crossing subreddit there because it's so adorable. Like, sorry, the fountain's gone, right? But sorry is spelled SOWE.
So cute.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's funny.
But we're still just loving the fact that we got her mom hooked on the game.
I mean, that's the real question. How did my sister notice that was on the bulletin board, right?
Unless she's going to check it, on the regular. Yeah, exactly. So let's transition a little bit and talk about Animal Crossing Switch. Okay, so we've seen the reveal. We saw when Isabelle was invited to Smash, right? I've been playing a ton of Mario Kart lately, and we get the Animal Crossing stage often. And anytime I see all the characters in HD, I love it. But she's there racing, she's kind of living her best life. She's getting out, she's doing some fighting, a little bit of racing. What's next for this?
I don't know.
For this assistant, And so, what are some of the things that you are really hoping make it into Animal Crossing on the Switch?
I would have to start with probably having more of a yard and outdoor interaction, not just my house.
I get it. Kind of like Pocket Camp.
Yep.
Let the animals interact and to kind of piggyback on that. One of the things that I think would be great is if, let's say you can have a half pipe, maybe we could do little skateboarding competitions where it's very simple mini games, kind of just the press of the button or a button combination to do like a kickflip and then and then maybe you could spin also, like just very simple.
Yeah.
But also like, oh, hey, I went to your town and set the high score in your half pipe, and now you're like, oh, I've got to go beat that high score. I don't want to have my name needs to be at the top, not his or hers.
Definitely get some competition going.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit of competition going. I know Animal Crossing is about relaxing, but I think a little bit of competition would be good.
Yeah,
just a little.
Well, and they gave us a taste of having the older consoles in our house and playing older games. So that would be fun if they could turn it into more of an arcade style where you could still go in. Maybe be it separate from our home, but somewhere where you could go and then set the high score there too.
Yeah. I mean, I would love it if there was like a pinball table.
Oh yeah.
And you just kind of walked up to it and then it switched to a first person view and you could, play.
Yeah, that could be fun.
I don't know, KK slider pinball or whatever, whatever it is. And
that'd be cute.
That would be really, and maybe even some like carnival games, like the coin dozer and a skee ball and things like
that. Would be so fun.
Yeah.
Coin dozer.
If you guys aren't watching, like the face she just made, like when I said coin dozer, like I gotta watch her at Chuck E. Cheese. Like I'm like, I need your card, ma'am. Like this is, she loves those tickets. So, but who knows? I mean, there could be tickets, and then you could use those tickets to get special items that you could then decorate with.
That could be so much fun because they have, you've got your fortune cookies. They have different events where you kind of the same idea, but they could step it up and really make it fun. Even if it was just a seasonal carnival, kind of like who was it what were those fortune cookies for? They were for an event. It's not.
No, fortune cookies are always in the store in New Leaf, and you just go and get 2 a day, and you had to use the coins that you earned when you walked around. Okay,
that's right. I'm thinking of the fireworks show, which happens in August, and there was other rare things then too.
Correct.
So anyway, that could be fun. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just another monthly
everyday
event.
Arcade would be great, but then step it up with a carnival every once in a while. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Yeah,
I'd love it. And the other thing too is like, since they've given, if you're playing Animal Crossing, there's a good chance you already have Nintendo Switch Online. Why not integrate and allow me to dig up classic NES systems that are, even if they're tied to the games that are on the Switch already, I still could just have that in my house, right? Mm-hmm. And then who knows? Maybe somebody could come over and set a high score on Donkey Kong or Pac-Man or whatever games. I don't think Pac-Man's on there. I think he's on the NES Classic. But so there's definitely things they could do as far as the just the old school like arcade video game, that kind of stuff. Like, I know video game in a video game, it's like Inception, right? But I love that kind of stuff. And for me, the more they can double down on anything that like focuses on classic franchises. So, Mario, Zelda, Metroid, that kind of stuff. I love that. I love in New Leaf I could run around and look just like Mario, or run around and look just like Samus, or or Link even, they had the wig and everything, like they put the Master Sword in your house, that kind of stuff. And so, anything, I mean, look, it was having the cheaps to go and catch in Pocket Camp and having the Mario theme that got me back into that game. Right. So I'm a huge sucker for anything Mario. And I think Nintendo's kind of catching on to that. And you're seeing, especially with Pocket Camp. I mean, I would be very curious to see what the spike of players coming back or even starting again after that was announced, what that was. Because I think a handful of people probably got back into it just for that very, I mean, I was like, oh man, setting timers and everything, just like you were, trying to make sure I catch, be there for the tournament, that kind of stuff. Cause I want to get those, I want to get the walls. They're still available for another 10 days or whatever. And so I want to get all the Mario decorations. It's a sickness. I wasn't playing. I took a little break. I didn't get the, and I don't know if it was rare or maybe it's just from another animal. I don't know, but I don't have the Mario shirt just with the M on it,
Right. I don't remember.
I'm sad about it.
I know.
I'll be honest. I'm sad about it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But what are some other things that you that you're kind of hoping we get to see from the Switch game?
Let me think. I don't know. I'm just so excited to turn it on, choose where I want my house to be. And I don't know. I'm just silly like that. And I love getting to decorate my house. So I'm really hoping for new, just even furniture collections. There's a lot of cute things on Pocket Camp I hope they'll bring over. But I love new fish would be fun. Just
a whole lot of new mixed with the classic stuff.
Right. Mix it with the classic, but just everything could just be, stepped up just a little bit, a few more fish, but yet fishing is still just fun. So,
yeah. And I've heard different rumors that they've talked about how the camera is going to be able to spin like all the way around. You can see like behind your house, I kind of don't want anything like that. Honestly, I still want it to just kind of be just Animal Crossing the way we're used to it. Now, maybe it's the kind of thing that in your house, you can manipulate the camera.
Yes.
And so maybe it's something like that you can kind of manipulate a little bit, but I don't want just a free moving camera.
Right. So that actually makes me think about on Happy Home Designer and some of the features that they have with decorating your house. Cause you can put like chandeliers in the middle of your house, like ceiling, like hang them.
Got it.
And you're able to spin the camera all the way around. You can see all, hang things on the walls, and you can hang things on the walls a little bit in New Leaf, but that both of our girls have been playing Happy Home Designer a lot lately, and so it's kind of refreshed my memory and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'd like that too. So, and they have the yard that kind of gets me going. I'm thinking we need a yard. Yeah,
it's quite possible. And I mean, they did thankfully when they updated New Leaf. If you had Happy Home Designer, they gave you some of the abilities to decorate in similar ways and things like that.
That was big.
And it's so much better because if you think about it, it was constantly setting furniture down, pushing it into place, spinning it, that kind of stuff.
Being able to use your stylus to move things around. And then they also gave us a little garage with extra storage in it, which was amazing because when you like to collect everything.
Right.
Like I do. You have to go bury it or do something. My museum is full, so there's storage there, but
yeah, which thankfully, even that was a great feature, and we'll get more into New Leaf. Probably the next episode, it'll kind of be what we kind of take a little more of a deep dive in. But there was just more to it, and having more spaces to decorate and things like that was really, really great. And so, hopefully they expand on some of that stuff. The other thing, I'm kind of. It sounds a little bit silly, but I'm kind of mini game focus on this new one. I'm really hoping that there's a much greater emphasis on the mini games. So things like we said, like the arcade, pinball, things like that. Maybe doing skateboarding or horseshoes or whatever in the backyard. Holy board or whatever.
That could be fun.
Whatever the whatever is available. But then also, I want to see. They've always had musical instruments in this game. And so I want to have the ability to get on stage with KK Slider and play the drums, play the guitar, and make it nothing more than a rhythm game similar to how Rock Band would play or Guitar Hero, where you just hit the buttons as they are moving across the stage, and if you hit them correctly, everybody's playing in sync. And if you could have 4 people come over and you become the full band behind KK Slider, I would absolutely love that.
That would be fun.
I think it would be really, really fun, and then who knows, maybe there's even a score tied to that. Or the other thing too I've thought about is maybe instead of having just the full NES games there, because they are already on your Switch, it's more of just I just like seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But what if they created the first a modified version of Super Mario Brothers where you just did the first 2 levels, but it was a race and it tracked your time, so you kind of do little speed runs through things like that. Again, and I don't know if I'm overthinking this, if this is something that is just, it's not even, it couldn't happen, but I want to see more reasons to get people into each other's towns so that it's not just kind of oh, you've got oranges, I'm going to come over and get oranges. I want to see some things that are oh my gosh, I had somebody here. They set all my high scores on everything. Okay, now I have this to go do on top of going to try to catch my fish and, make sure I get all my my bugs, my fish and everything for this, whatever time period you're in.
Yeah.
And so
It would make a lot of sense for them too with the Switch, especially because how many games do they show you playing with multiple Switches and your friends and, getting together? That's kind of their thing. So that kind of would make sense to do more than just, to step it up and do more like that.
Yeah. And I mean, New Leaf was a great step up from, City Folk, that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, the more emphasis, I mean, I would love it if you could, you got Pocket Camp, you've got people you've got your little motorhome, things like that. Like, what if I could just kind of bring my motorhome and chill out, for a little while and then head back to my town or whatever, maybe stay there. And we don't know what the online's going to be like. Is it going to be the kind of thing that like, oh, she's online, I don't have to go to the train station or whatever and set everything up? It's like, no, drop in and drop out. That would be so great with a game like Animal Crossing. It's just like you're in the middle of doing something and, oh, hey, so-and-so just showed up, and then, maybe you're, going to throw them some bells or, oh, hey, I came over to play your skateboarding game, or, do you want to do, New Leaf was just kind of the mini games on the island. So
right. Which were fun, but I feel like in a way they kind of get forgotten if you're not visiting your island.
Right.
And it takes, 1,000 bells isn't very much, but it takes a few minutes to get there. And it's cute listening to Captain sing and stuff, but I end up hitting the A button to hurry up, come on, get me there sort of thing.
Right.
So if it was just in your own backyard or whatever, that might be. And
I like your point too, that like a lot of Nintendo's marketing with the Switch has been about how like, they show people sitting around and playing Splatoon and, playing Mario Kart together and things like that. And really that's kind of the beauty of the Switch and being kind of that hybrid system where it's like, you're not just stuck to being on your couch. You can take it on the go, and Animal Crossing is going to be one of the best games to have on the go.
Yeah.
Like, one of the best games. So I know one of the things we're both hoping for, and I've already started kind of putting a little cash aside for, is a special edition Animal Crossing Switch. Yes. Whether it be, there's rumors that there's like going to be a new portable, like more portable system that doesn't hook up to your TV, or just the regular one that does both. Hopefully we have a few options, because I know you would love to, I would love to see like the white Joy-Cons with the same design you have on your 3DS,
right.
That kind of thing. And so it's it's an exciting time. I did find out this last week that I am going to be going to E3, and that means more than likely there's going to be a lot of Animal Crossing swag. They're probably going to have it decorated, somewhat Animal Crossing focused. I can't wait.
So excited.
I can't wait. It's gonna be crazy. So, well, that's gonna kind of do it for this episode. Anything else before we wrap up?
Oh goodness, no! I gotta go check my garden again.
Yeah, you gotta go check your garden.
I got butterflies to catch.
You gotta catch your butterflies. Okay, well, guys, like I said, you can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. It's N64Josh. You're on what, Twitter and Instagram?
Yep, N64Jen.
N64Jen. So she's been posting some pictures of like Amiibo and like kind of some Animal Crossing stuff. That's kind of been her what she's been doing on Instagram, right? So, but yeah, so thank you so much for listening. Remember, we do need reviews on iTunes. If you can take a second and do that, we'd really, really appreciate it. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.
Bye.